What is in the tube? Let's see. Looks like the Great Eastern Cutlery Model 71, the bull nose. And this one in particular is in black linen micarta, and it's a 2017 model. It's part of their last production that they run. I've been hearing a lot of hype about them, so I was dying to get one. And I'm not quite yet a traditional knife guy, but I really like these, so I thought the Sodbuster, the 71 bullnose, was a great way to get into these great cutlery knives for a decent price. This one I ended up getting from, it was collectorknives.com, and I ordered it on Sunday and it came on a Wednesday, so I was very glad to have done business with them. And they shipped it, I mean, it was in one of those priority flat rate ship boxes, and they even wrapped it so it was air, I mean, it was tight, so if it would have rained or anything, the box wouldn't have got damp. So I really appreciated that from them. It's collectorknives.net, and I would highly recommend them. So more important, let's take a look at the blade. I heard a lot of hype about the fit and finish of Great Eastern Cutleries, and it's true, they do have a great fit and finish. This one's part of their lower end line, so I don't think they quite hit it out of the park 100%, and here's why. And I don't want to undercut them. I think they're a great knife, and for 50 bucks, this is a great piece, and I'm glad of my purchase. And I was so excited to get it, I didn't want to send it back. So this is what we got. The number one thing I don't like about the fit and finish is, I don't know if you guys can see it, but let's see if I can get it in the camera. Do you guys see that little burr? I was a little disappointed in that sharpening job, but that can always get touched up later. I was so happy to get this and thought it was so cool, I didn't want to send it back for something like that. You guys might have different opinions, but I couldn't do it. It's a very cool knife. It's got linen black micarta handles. And I think that was really neat, them using that material on these handles, or grips. So it's probably the only knife in its class that you can get made in America with linen micarta handles for 50 bucks. So that was pretty cool. And the other cool part about this knife, I finally got it worked in to where I like the pull. When I first got this knife, it was very difficult. I ended up, what I did was I left it at like 25%, sprayed rem oil down in the pivot, just to loosen stuff up. Hopefully I don't lose a finger. But it really did work, and I think I've done that probably like five nights in a row. And it's finally to where I like it, where it's, I mean, you don't want it too loose because then that'll affect your lockup, but you don't want it to be a nail breaker either. Sometimes when I was new, I cut my fingernails and man, I couldn't even pull the blade out. So that was another thing, but I mean, I think that's because they grease them up pretty well to make sure they stay rust resistant. Let me go ahead and give this guy a wipe down. This is just this is Sally, my gun greaser. So I always just give it a wipe down anytime I carry this. After I come home, I'll just give it a quick wipe down. If you notice, I've had this for about like a month, and there's like no patina on it. Granted, I barely use it if I'm opening a package or something like that. I'm not, I sit at a desk. I don't really get the chance to cut open a lot of boxes unless I order something. Right now I'm saving up for something big, so maybe soon to come, maybe June time, I'll get something big. We'll see what comes. But yeah, so this is a nice blade, and let me show you some other options or some size comparisons. This is the Opinel Model 8. It's a lot cheaper. I think I paid like $13 or $14 for it. But that's about the same size. Fit and finish, about the same. I'm just kidding. Don't start commenting, guys. This finish is not as great as the Great Eastern Cutlery. These are very cheap knives, and I like them, but they're no collector piece. And then here's another option for you guys, and it's not a sod buster, but this is a case trapper. This has 2 blades. The difference between the case and the GEC is the GEC has that halfway stop, and the case doesn't have that halfway stop. It's up to you, whatever you like. I kind of like having the halfway stop. The case also has a very light pull. Those people with weak nails that don't want to drink their milk, the case might be a good option. And this one's a trapper, so you got 2 blades. You have the so that's another sharp knife, and all these guys are great traditional options. I don't know if I'd call the Opinel traditional, but we'll go ahead and do that. The cool part is you can get all 3 of these knives for about $100. That's a pretty good way to start a collection. I think all of these are Hall of Famers in the traditional knife genre. But so that's the Great Eastern Cutlery. Let me show you guys some close up so you guys can check her out. The other thing is you can kind of feel this emerging a little bit. I mean, it's not, I mean, it's very micro, but a lot of people say that shit should be polished down so you don't even feel it. I mean, you could definitely hear it. Also, I always thought that these were supposed to run flush, but they stick out just a little bit. I thought on the linen Micarta they'd be shaved down so you wouldn't feel it. It would feel flat, but it doesn't. Overall, great knife. Love it. Would never get rid of it. The internet might be overhyping them a little bit, but they're cool. And they're selling fast. They really don't make too many of them, so I think there's probably less than 500 of these in this color configuration and everything. The numbers are actually on the web page. I don't know if they guarantee it'll be a limited run, if they'll never produce this again in the same configuration. But that's something to see. I definitely see collectability. So if you haven't got one yet, go ahead and pick one up. And